We are so close to pool weather,
Almost
right? We
there.
can almost taste it.
Yeah, and it's possible we could have rumbles of thunder. I was a lifeguard at a pool, actually. I remember, blowing the whistle when you heard the
Yes,
thunder.
good memories.
I know, little bit of that action today, and kind
Yes.
of chilly too. Not the best day to get in the pool. First alert weather day, rounds of rain are in the first alert forecast. It's not going to be an all-out washout. It won't rain everywhere. It won't rain constantly. And the rain, at least initially, like early this morning, won't be all that heavy. But case in point, where it's not raining, you may see a peak or two of sunshine. We're actually seeing that outside right now. Does not look like a first alert weather day. I want to tell you, though, this is very deceiving. We're at 14th and McCaslin, looking back to the east with that rising sun. That's Midtown there in the distance. Very quickly, we're going to see the sky cloud over and rain start to fall yet again. I've zoomed in on the core of Metro Atlanta. First alert radar, we are dry. Don't have to look that far to the west to find the first few rain showers. Cleburne, Randolph counties, even western Carroll County, already some spritzes of rain. Notice the lightning counter starting to tick up because we do have a cluster of showers and embedded thunderstorms that will very quickly cross the state line and then approach Metro Atlanta. Timing this out on its current heading, Oxford 7:58, the Heflin community 8:18. Again, this is central time here, and then 8:35 into the Ranburne community through Cleburne County, and then crossing the state line into the West Metro as we get into the 10:30, 11:30 time frame. So the weather will probably be at its nicest all day right now, with peaks of sunshine, temperatures upper 40s and lower 50s, still kind of damp outside from the early morning rain that we had. It was light, only 1/100th of an inch of rain at the airport officially. We will, though, I promise here, add to that total on through the day. Gloomy conditions despite the sunshine we're seeing now. Temperatures trying to rebound back into the low to mid 50s as rain becomes more widespread this afternoon. I do think most of us will spend the afternoon upper 40s, lower 50s as rain becomes more persistent. Hour by hour forecast expanding beyond the city limits of Atlanta. Notice that band we're tracking in Atlanta wants to target areas south of Interstate 20. I think that this forecast model is just a little bit too far south. But in general, if you're North Metro and mountains, you will miss this particular round of rain, but more will build in as we get into the afternoon. City of Atlanta, Canton, Rome, Gainesville, Lake Lanier, gorgeous shot this morning. But heading to the afternoon, rain will increase. Even our mountain communities will get in on the light rain by later this afternoon on to and through dinner time. 2 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, it's going to be a soaker of a night, certainly a rainy night in Georgia tonight into early tomorrow morning, and that will lead into a Monday morning commute with chilly temperatures and pretty persistent rain, puddle-making showers moving through. So it's going to be a slow Monday morning commute with some improvement as we get into the afternoon. Good thing is, no severe weather risk with this rain, and we're not looking at torrential downpours. Sure, rain may be heavy at times, but overall totals 1/2 inch to an inch. I think the chance of getting more than an inch is there, possibly up to 2 inches, but mainly south of Interstate 20, with mountains getting about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain, enough to kind of lessen, at least temporarily, the risk of wildfires we have been occasionally having. And then Mother Nature is paying us back Tuesday, Wednesday. We're back to sunshine, mid to upper 70s in the afternoons, but 40s in the mornings. The air is going to be so dry, California type of weather, very low humidity, chilly mornings, warm afternoons, and then chance of a few showers Thursday. But want to bring your attention to Saturday. 40% chance of rain during the day, but Saturday night, and maybe even more so Sunday morning, there is already a risk of severe weather, especially northwest and west Georgia, as a line of storms moves out of the mid-south, possibly bringing some gusty winds and the risk of a couple tornadoes back to North Georgia. This is more than a week out beyond the 7-day forecast, but we're here to give you the first alert. Keep you updated right here at Atlanta News First Plus and in the First Alert weather app. Again, we are watching that next storm system. Before then, rain today into tomorrow, and then gorgeous weather midweek. We're back right after this.